breaking news today.
Please subscribe and then check notification box to get all breaking news alerts.
The 18 Democrat landslide? Not so fast. Trump's support doubles among Democrats have taken for granted certain segments of the population who've always voted for them no matter what, and now it's starting to cost them. Big time. Two new polls were recently conducted among some of the most important voters the Democrats rely on, and the results must have them in a panic. Breitbart News is reporting that President Trump is gaining support among the Black community despite the nearly constant media barrage filled with accusations of racism and white supremacy. In fact, the president's America First agenda is so popular among Blacks that he's been able to double his support from them in the first year of his presidency. So much for the constant cries of racism, eh? From Breitbart. Two new polls show President Donald Trump's rising support among Black voters, highlighting his political gains from pushing employers to hire Americans instead of lower-wage migrants. The growing support from Blacks, despite furious Democratic claims of racism, could become a shocking political validation in November when Trump will face millions of upper-income Democratic voters who are angry at his Buy American, Hire American policies. Among Black men, Trump's 2017 average approval rating significantly exceeds his 2016 vote share, admitted a January 11 article in The Atlantic by author Ronald Brownstein. 23% of Black men approved of Trump's performance versus 11% of Black women, said the article. That score averages out to 17%, or twice the 8% score he was given in the 2016 exit polls. In November 2016, Trump got 13% support among Black men and 4% support among Black women, according to the exit polls. That very low support was critical to his victory in the Democrats' now demolished blue wall states. The poll was a cumulative analysis of 605,172 interviews SurveyMonkey conducted with Americans in 2017, according to The Atlantic. This is possibly the word news the Democrats could have received coming into next year's midterm elections. While the numbers we're dealing with may sound small, you have to remember that most of these races are won or lost based only upon a few thousand votes, so an 8-point swing from Blacks in favor of Trump's agenda could turn a blue district red. As for why Blacks are changing their tune about President Trump, Breitbart continued. Trump is delivering for those African American supporters. African American unemployment is at a record low, and employers are facing growing pressure to hire and pay African Americans because Trump repeatedly enforced his opposition to cheap labor immigration. For example, Trump blocked the Trans-Pacific Partnership Treaty, which would have allowed U.S. employers to goose profits by importing cheap Asian workers for service jobs in the United States. Yeah, that Trump is some racist, isn't he? However, the most devastating news yet is that in January, CBS News polled people from within the Black community, and found mixed results. Some said they'd vote for Trump to see what happened, but if he didn't deliver on his promises, they'd drop him like a bad habit, while others said they didn't support Trump at the time, but he could change their minds if he delivered for the Black community. I am against Trump now, but could reconsider him if he does a good job, a respondent said. I am a Trump supporter, but to keep my support, he has to deliver what I want, another replied. From the looks of it, the president is delivering for the Black community, which Democrats have for years been using scare